That's mine. Hope that's on. Get you some pencil. Get you a pencil. No, don't get no pencil, baby. Don't get nothing this morning. I just need you to listen. I just need you to listen. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna teach you all today about money. I never done it before to this level, but I want you all to have an understanding. People be talking about the bag and people be talking about this and that. I'm gonna show you all something. And I know you can't say you never heard this before because you haven't. So if you said you're right. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all a game this morning. I'm gonna run some stuff to you all, right? I know I'm gonna run it on a level you never heard it before. I already know that. I already know that. That's given. I'm gonna run it on a level you never heard it before. And that's why, I don't be wanting you all upset with me, but I don't have time to be playing with everybody, man. We ain't got time for that foolishness. Joker run in their mouth, this, that, and other, right? Now, I'm gonna show you all this morning, right? How deep. I ain't put my bandana on. I want you to really listen and pay attention. I'm gonna show you all how deep that Bible is, right? I titled this "Pastoring on Money." I pastor on Wednesdays, right? On Wednesdays, I pastor, right? So let me make sure. I want to make sure y'all get this morning. I want y'all to really understand this, especially my people who are having financial difficulties, right? Now, you have to listen. You have to listen. I'm gonna pull material out. I'm gonna show you this, right? But I need you to think, right? Now, I preached a message out of the first chapter of Hosea Sunday, right? It was pertaining to Mother's Day, right? Now, Hosea had to go get a wife. Okay, she wasn't a prostitute yet, but she wasn't unfaithful yet. But Hosea had to go get a wife, right? Okay, now, after he go gets the wife, now she gonna start to be unfaithful, right? Okay, you have Israel. Israel is being unfaithful to God, right? Okay, the wife is being unfaithful to Hosea, right? But God is telling Hosea that he can't put away the wife, right? Now, when we get into the third chapter, it's going to start to tell us about the Queen of Heaven. The Queen of Heaven, right? Okay, hold that, right? In order for you to fully understand the Queen of Heaven, I got to take you to the 7th chapter of Jeremiah, break it down, go to the 2nd chapter of Judges, break it down. Hold that thought. In the 4th chapter of Malachi, it tells you about the Son of Righteousness. Remember I showed you all that yesterday in the 4th chapter of Malachi about the Son of Righteousness? Now, the Queen of Heaven was a goddess that the children of Israel started serving when they got into the land of Canaan. I could go in Judges and show it to you, right? I'm going to open up the book, right? I'm pastoring about money. Watch this. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil, right? Okay. Now, if the love of money is the root of all evil, I read and study the Bible to learn about God. Why I don't read and study the Bible to learn about money? Stop. Paul, as he go around to Corinthians, Ephesus, Colossians, Ephesians, all these different places picking up money, where did the money come from? Where did the money come from? Jesus go in Matthew and he turns over the money chambers. What that money was about. The lady who gives her 2 mites, what that money was about. People, all of the money was not the same. I'm going to say it again. All of the money was not the same. When Jesus tell Peter to go to the river and grab the fish and take the money out the fish mouth, what that money was about. How you going to teach me about money when you really don't know money? You just be running your mouth. I'm going to charge you all $10.99 to come to my class, and I'm going to teach you all about money. I just ran cold game on you. What the hell I'm going to charge you for to teach you for? If I'm going to give it to you, I'm going to give it to you. See the game? And a lot of people fall for the game. You just paid $10.99 not to learn a damn thing. Because you'll never know what I know. So now, watch this. I'm going to open the book. I'm going to open the Bible. So they focus on Hosea. Hosea went and got Gomer. Gomer became unfaithful. According to the 3rd chapter of Hosea, now she's in place with the queen of heaven. Go back to the 20th chapter of Matthew. In the 20th chapter of Matthew, the landowner hires these people, and he's going to pay everybody a penny wages. What that money was about. Teach me money. All that old game y'all running today, teach me money. They done cold played y'all in these churches about money, because now one of y'all know about money. Teach me. Teach me about money. I guarantee you can't teach me. I guarantee you, top dollar, you can't teach me about money. People. In order to understand money, you have to understand percentage. In order to understand money, you have to understand return, loss, and gain. Return, loss, gain. Return, loss, gain. In the dope game, if this is what I paid for, I got to make sure I always make that money and to keep the thing going. I'm going to put this money over here to take a loss, right? This money I'm going to gain. I'm only going to make 1%. The average person that talking about he got $1 million, he really ain't got but $100,000. He ain't got but $100,000. Look at all the money that this one say he had, that one say he had. The people take back the endorsement where that money at now. Where's that money now? Because nobody really taught us the value of money. Watch this. I'm gonna mess y'all up. I'm gonna go back to the Bible. I'm gonna break the Bible down, right? In the church, I showed y'all this, the return, right? We've been doing the return since back in 23, right? Back in 23, right? This is the return, right? Now, jibby jabby shit, bro. If Pastor Mike don't know nothing, Pastor Mike know money. You gonna say, okay, look at how many people. Now, in the drug game, this is what I'm gonna sell to make my money back. This is what I'm gonna do in case I take losses. This is what I'm gonna gain. But Pastor Mike, okay, how many of y'all pay the home warranty people? How many of y'all pay the home warranty people? You give the home warranty people $50 every month, $60 every month. Why are you giving them your money? Why are you giving the home warranty people your money every month? Is the refrigerator broke? Is the stove broke? Is the air conditioner broke? Is the hot water heater broke? Well, why are you giving them your money every month? You're putting money on the side just for a loss, right? Right? Same thing in the dope game, right? So now, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I put this on the pulpit every Sunday. Every Sunday. People pass this up. People pass this up. Look at it like none. Not like it's none, right? Okay. You pull up at the drive-thru. You need 2 pennies. $10.02. All I got is $10. Now you gonna tell the car looking for 2 cents? You need that. You ain't gonna be able to get what you need because you need your 2 cents short. So now watch this. All these people that ran in these churches and ran cold game on y'all because they never taught y'all the difference between money, right? Still focus on Hosea because now Hosea have to deal with a woman that's like a queen of heaven. The queen of heaven gonna go all the way back to the 2nd of Judges and show how this is what they served when they came into the land of Canaan dealing with Balaam, right? Dealing with the Balaam god. Watch this. I'm gonna go slow. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You made a fool out of you. I'm gonna go slow. This is dealing with money, right? You have Jewish shekels, perhaps struck by Simon Maccabees, about 140, right? The plot of Mammon of the observe of the flowering rod and the reverse, right? This is what the Jews did, right? Okay. Then you have what is came from Ephesus. The Ephesus had both the bee observed and the stag with platinum tree on the reverse side of the symbol. This is the money that was in Ephesus. This was the money that was in Corinthians. This was the money that was in Tyre. This was the money that the woman gave a small mite. This was the money. Okay. What the hell? Paul, when you went to Corinth to pick up the money, you got the money from the Corinthians, right? Of the Corinth, the goddess of acting and wearing of the Corinthians helmet, an unusual coin because his head is on the reverse. It's the same representation of a quarter. The dime, the quarter, the half a dollar. Okay, now you teach me. You teach me. Joker's running cold game on y'all. So now, peep game now. Peep game. If the Corinthians had this money, they get the dollars out your mind. Get the dollar bills out your mind. Get the dollar bills out your mind. This is what they work with. If the Corinthians had this money, the people in Ephesus had this money, the people in Tyre had this money. Explain it to me. So now, when we go in Matthew, and Jesus turned over the money chambers, you want me to really tell you what that was about? You really want me to tell you about? The same thing Pat has been doing to you ever since you've been running to the church, making a fool out you. Watch this. I'm going to break it down to you. Money chambers. In Judea in the New Testament times, Roman money was legal tender and so was used for ordinary purpose. But the priests taught the people that only Jewish currency was fit for worship. Who taught that? The priests. The priests taught that the Jewish currency was only fit for worship. So now they sitting in there. Okay, what y'all got? Y'all got money from Corinth? Let me get that here. Y'all take this. What y'all got? Money from Ephesus? Okay, let me take that. Y'all take this. Who was gaining? Who was gaining? People, y'all got to understand the game, man. I asked the brother, I said, choose a number from 1 to 10. He said, give me 10. I said, why not 9? 9 is more easy to count than 10. I said, because according to the tribes of Israel, it's 12 tribes. But yet 11 other tribes had to give to the 12th tribe, which was the Levites. What if some of them didn't come through? This is why Joshua said 9, 2, and 1. 9, 2, and 1. Because Joshua giving us an understanding of how to count in 9. 9 and 9 is 18. 3 and 9 gonna give me 27. But then we gonna go on. Why? Because if I got 10, I take 1 away, I got 9. It's easier to count. Why? Because I got to take a loss. Sooner or later, I'm gonna take a loss. This is why the average person really don't have. Because the church been running cold game on you. You giving 10%. Why? Why you giving 10%? Break the 10% down to me. God, you sent 10 plagues in Egypt, right? After the 10 plagues, ball game, they came up out of Egypt. Jesus, after you rose from the dead, you appeared to your disciples how many times? 10 times. After the 10th time, boom, you went up. So now, if I go to Malachi, I'm going to bust your bubble. This is why I tell you about the sun god. Watch this. I'm going to read it to you. Come here, book. Come here. Wait. Come here. The side, this the woman with the mic. The one side shown, the sun with 8 rays, representing the sun of righteousness, Malachi 4 and 2. So you mean to tell me that the son of righteousness has something to do with the coin? Shit, babe. Pastor done told me, and the woman gave her 2 mice. She gave all she had. Break it down, Pastor. And you better not lie. Break it down. Break it down. The Bible said that the love of money is the root of all evil, right? If the love of money is the root of all evil, why don't I study money? I got to study money. And I have to study what money is about. Watch this. I'm going to read it to you. During pre-Roman times, under the Maccabees, the Jews for the first time were allowed to issue money for their own. One such piece, as we have seen, was the shekel. Another piece was a tiny bronze or copper coin, which we known as the widow mite. So what you saying about this widow, Mike? Mike, what she gave, it really didn't have value. Because now the Romans is allowing them to use money. Mike, remember some years ago, y'all running around talking about, I got the dineros, I got the dineros. Because dineros was different from what they was paying the other people. Go back and study the 20th chapter of Matthew. In the 20th chapter of Matthew, he gave them a penny of the Roman money. Why? Because one penny was worth the whole day wages. But why these jokers ain't never teach us this? Why, Pastor, they never teach us this? And the woman gave her 2 mites. And you got to give, you got to give. How the hell you giving something? You don't know what the hell you giving. You don't understand the value of money. Paul, you went to the Corinthians and got money. Is not that what said in 1 Corinthians 16th chapter? Yes. You went in Ephesians and you got money, right? Okay. You went to the Thessalonians, you got money, right? Was everybody money the same, Paul? No, Mike. But how the hell you gonna quote a scripture to me about money out the Bible? What the hell you talking about? Let me break a little more down to you. Let me make a bit more down to you. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a flattering. Mark 12, Luke 21. Was translated mite because it was the coin of the least value. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. And she gave all she had. What else she was gonna give? It wasn't about what she had. It was the value of it. Wasn't worth nothing. But she gave it anyway. This is the Ephesus money. This is the Corinthians money. This is the Tyre money. If I pick that Bible back up, say, bro, I'm teaching y'all how this thing go, right? That's why I never ask for nothing. That's why I don't beg you, man. Because I know you don't understand the value of what you're really doing and have. Joker running 10% game on you. But yet ain't no such thing as a 10% gain. Because if I go to Leviticus, he said 10 for the land, 10 for the fruit, and 5 that you got illegally. So I know y'all really don't understand money. Why? Because Paul went around picking up money. Was all the money the same? But yet, watch this. Hold that thought, Bible. Watch this. Let me read something to you. Read something to you. Read something to you. And so was the ordinary purpose. But the priest taught the people that only Jewish currency was fit for worship. So these men made a very profitable business for themselves, having secured Jewish money from the priests. Having secured Jewish money from the priests, they sat in the court of the Gentiles and exchanged it at liberal profit for themselves. For the Roman money then would make another exchange with the priests, no doubt making a profit at both ends. Say, bro, no wonder you went in there, Jesus, and turned over the table. No wonder you said they turning your father's house into a den of thieves. They cold running game on these people. Joker ran cold game on y'all in these churches. Well, you explain it to me. You break down this money to me. You break down the money to me. I guarantee you can't. Why? I'm going to stand up there and preach the message. And the woman gave all she had. And all she had was her 2 mites. And you got to give all you have. Not knowing that it was the value of the coin. Copper, silver. It was the value of the coin. Because the Romans are now in power. The goddess of Athens is wearing a Corinthian helmet. This is equal to our quarter. The Greek letter E, PH, beside the B, is abbreviation for Ephesus. This represents our dime today. But yet, they served in Ephesus the goddess Diana. In Corinthians, they served the god of Athens. If I go back to Hosea, God is telling Hosea, don't put her away. Stay with her. I know she unfaithful. I know she doing this and that. She even got all caught up into this queen of heaven. So now if I grab one verse, well, why y'all don't serve the queen of heaven? I never heard of that in the Bible, queen of heaven. Well, you never read what happened to the children of Israel when they got into the promised land and they started getting caught up in this Balaam stuff? So how you gonna understand giving your money when you don't even know what money is? How you gonna give 10% for what? For who? Why? Do y'all understand what y'all doing in these churches? Hell no. Hell no. You think these jokers really gonna put y'all on game? Why would I make you pay to come to a conference to teach you about God? He said, go. Don't take a purse with you. Don't take no scripts with you. Don't take nothing with y'all. Go. Right? They went, right? They ain't charged nobody nothing. They went, right? But when they come back, right? They all excited that the demons were submitted to them and how they had control over this and they healed the people. Jesus said, don't worry about that. I told y'all was going to do that, right? Get in the book of Acts. Now the people bringing them stuff. Now the people is bringing them stuff. Hold up, Jesus. First of all, you tell them don't take nothing. But go yet, and you're going to give them power over the serpent and over the scorpions and heal the sick, right? Now in the book of Acts, the people bringing them all the stuff they're selling, they land, they're selling that, and they're bringing it to the feet of the apostles. Explain this what's happening. Explain this what's happening. The average joker run game on y'all because they don't know game, so they try to play game. You can't run game on nobody who don't know game, right? Okay, so now people game. If I open the Bible, right? In the beginning of the Bible said God created the heavens and the earth, right? It's not that was said, right? Okay. He gonna tell me who were they? For the Bible said, let us create man in our image, right? Okay, cool. That let me know he don't know nothing, right? And in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Boom. And the spirit hovered over the water. Stop. That's one person. Then God appears and God said, let there be light, right? That's two people. And God said, let there be light, and it was. That's three people. That's three people. The Holy Spirit, God, and the Word. John said in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh. So I have the Holy Spirit, I have God, and I have the Word. All three. All three says, let us make man, in male and female, in our image. So now all three gonna make the one, the male and the female. So now you have the Spirit, you have God, you have the Word, but yet you don't have a damn thing. Compared to the rain game on you. But you explain to me. You explain to me. Because ain't nowhere in the world, if you created in the image of the Spirit, in the image of God, in the image of somebody gonna run game on you. So now, Paul, you traveling, you get the money for Corinthians, you get the money for Ephesus, you get the money from Thessalonians, you get the money for the Colossians. Hold up, Paul. All this money got different gods on it. All this money represents different gods. Or did you change the money, Paul? Okay, well, y'all explain it to me. Y'all explain it to me. Because, Paul, if I pick the Bible up, according to 1 Corinthians 16th chapter, you say you on your way to Corinth. You told them to get whatever they got to get together so they can give because you're coming to pick it up, right? Okay, cool. That's Corinthian money. And you're going to take Corinthian money to Jerusalem? Because that's where you was going with the money. So now we living in today's time. So now we pick the Bible up. See, right? Oh, no. Pastor, don't run that game on me. Don't run that game on me. Why? Because the woman that gave the might was in representation of the Son of righteousness. If I go in the 4th chapter of Malachi, it's going to tell me about the Son of righteousness. But if I back it up in the 3rd chapter of Malachi, he's going to tell me about them not giving his 10%. But he was talking to the Levites. He wasn't talking to me. So now as I read the Bible, as I'm breaking all this down, hold up, Pete up. What happened when you went to the water and grabbed the fish and took the money out of the fish mouth? What that money was about? Because that's not the same money as the woman gave her might. So how the hell you gonna stand up in church and preach all these people the same? Well, you break it down to me. You break it down to me. Joe been in these churches running cold game. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for you. Denarius of Caesar Augusta The famous tribute money with the image of Caesar. Both sides of the coin glorified Caesar. Note the similarity of the American dime. Both, but in Jesus' day, it was worth more than 100. It was worth more than 100. It was worth more than 100 dimes and buying power since it was a day wages. You explain to me. Explain them lies to me y'all been telling. Explain to me. So you telling me this is worth a day wages. But yet in the 20th chapter of Matthew, Jesus hires you in the morning. Jesus hires you 6 o'clock, you 9 o'clock, you 11 o'clock, you 3 o'clock, you 5 o'clock. But yet when it's time to pay, he gonna pay you first because you started at 5 o'clock, end of the day. And then he gonna pay you last because you started first. But yet all y'all getting the same wages. A penny, which was a day wages. So what you complaining about? What the hell you complaining about? But here come you goofy church people. And the first gonna be last, and the last gonna be first. What the hell you talking about? What the hell is you talking about? Shit, bro, enough of all that little stupidity in God's house. Enough of that stupidity. Y'all sitting in church getting played and y'all don't even know what the hell going on. And then y'all repeat all this old goofy stuff. The most interesting coin of the Bible is the Roman denarius, known by the collectors as a penny of the Bible, known as the penny Bible because of the translation in the King James Version. This silver coin, which looks something like our dime, was the most common Roman coin during the days of Jesus and the apostles. Collectors have been able to obtain original of all 12 Roman emperors. So how you gonna preach this? Do you know the difference in denarius, in pennies, mites? Well, yeah, you're gonna tell me to give. So you giving? Are you giving a day wages? You giving? Or you giving a coin that's not worth that much? Because that's what the woman with the mite did. You giving. But yet Peter went to the fish, got money out the fish mouth. That was worth to take care of the collecting that they was trying to crawl Jesus out by not paying his collector's fee, his taxes and stuff. Man, I'm done with this garbage y'all doing in these churches. These jokers done ran game on y'all. They done ran game on y'all. They done ran so much game. The coin, the satyr, the coin Peter found in the fish mouth was the Greek satyr, Matthew 17:21. Since the temple taxes was half shekels, and satyr would be the pay for the two. Hold up. Say, Judas. 30 pieces of silver. Was that denarius? Was that shekels? Was that satyr? What that was that you got? What that was you sold my dude out about? Because these church folks, I don't know the difference between a denarius. I don't know the difference between the satyr. I don't know the difference between a shekel. But yet you gonna tell me that, well, come on, man, break this stuff down to me. Because it's all not the same. I'll wait, bro. I'll wait. That's why I don't ask you for nothing. That's why I don't beg you for nothing. I know you don't understand game, man. I know you don't understand money. Hold that thought. I'm gonna teach you all something. Hold that thought. Come here, Bible. Joke around, you're begging. What you begging for? People getting caught up in that foolishness. Come here, Bible. According to Timothy, right? Timothy 1:6 says, let as many servants are under the yoke count their own master worthy of all honor. Right? right? 1 Timothy 6:1, right? Timothy, what you talking about? Mike, I'm talking to the slaves owners. I'm talking to slave owners. Huh? I'm talking to slave owners. Watch this. Own master worthy of all honor, that the name of God may be that the name of God and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that believing masters, let them not be despised. Let them not despise them, because they are brethren, but rather do to them service, because partakers of the benefit these things teach and exalt. What I'm teaching. When I get over here, you said the love of money is the root of all evil. So what I'm teaching and what I'm exhorting, because the masters, you're talking to masters, you're talking to slave owners. I'll wait. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, why you don't study it? Why you don't know a damn thing about it? You study the Bible. You want to know right from wrong. If the love of money is the root of all evil, why you don't study it to stay away from the evil of it? Bro, I ain't finished. Watch this. Watch this. Teach these things and exhort. If any man teach otherwise and consent not wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Jesus, in the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but do about question and strife of words, whereof envy, strife, railing, evil, murmuring. But they that will be rich shall fall into temptation and a snare and lust, which drown men, and destruction and prediction. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Who he was talking to? Talking to the masters. Your turn. Your turn. Jokers in these churches making a fool out y'all. Your turn. Now concerning the collection for the saints, as I have given order to the church of Galatia, even so do you. Upon the first day of the week, let every one of you lay by him and store as God has purposed him, that there be no gathering when I come. What you about to do, Paul? Mike, I'm about to go to the Corinthians and pick up this money. But they serve the God of Athens. Well, who did the Galatians serve? Paul. I understand that you have believers in Corinth now. I understand that you have believers in Galatia. I understand that you have believers in Ephesus. But when you went and picked up their money, did everybody have the same coins? I'll wait. So if the Corinthians coins had more value, then the Ephesus coins had more value, then the Galatians had more value than the Colossians, how the hell you gonna use that and try to make it all the same? I'll wait. The teaching won't even match it. The teaching won't even match up. The teaching won't even match up. If I go back to Hosea, you started this foolishness. Remember now, God tells Hosea to go get a woman. He never told him to go get a prostitute. He told him to go get a woman. Once he went and got her, then she became unfaithful. But God is showing Hosea the same thing Israel did, right? If I go to the 3rd chapter, then said the Lord unto me, go you, love a woman, be love of her friend, and an adulteress according to the love of the Lord toward the children of Israel. Look to other gods and love flagging of wine. What the world is flagging of wine? The queen of heaven, Mike. If you go to Jeremiah, you're going to read about how they made this bread, how they made this raisin bread for the queen of heaven. If you go in the second chapter of Judges, it's going to tell you about the God that they served in the land of Canaan pertaining to the queen of heaven. So now, Paul, you around here collecting this money. Gotcha. If I go to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Jesus, break this money thing down to me so that I have a better understanding of what money is really about. Because Paul, you wrote to Timothy, you tell Timothy that the love of money is the root of all evil. But then you tell him, look, man of God, don't get caught up in that foolishness. So how could I not get caught up in that foolishness unless I study it? I'll wait. Be waiting forever. Run your bad tail over your nose in your damn mouth. Run all that noise. The coin found in the fish mouth was a Greek satyr. Matthew 17:27. Since the temple tax was a half shekel, the satyr would pay for 2. So who that was going to pay for? Who that was going to pay for? Peter? For me and Jesus? That's going to be our taxes. Stop. Jesus. According to the 20th chapter of Matthew, right? You paid them a day wages. Is that the same thing as a shekel? Or is that a denaro? Or is that what this woman gave was a mite? What is y'all talking about with this money stuff in these churches? Break it down to me. I'm slow. I'll wait. So if Peter go to the fish and get the money out the fish mouth, that's enough work for the taxes. The woman with the mite giving her money, that ain't worth a nickel, ain't worth a penny. Known as the widow mite. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw the 2 mites to make the fattering, right? Lepton was translated mite because it was the coin of least value among coins. Even the metal was inferior and deteriorated. See, y'all got to give like the woman gave her mites. But then you're going to come and say, I got to give. It's that nutter. Make up your mind. If this is what you're going to preach it. Because the coin that she gave didn't have much value. The coin that she gave, it was known to deteriorate. The coin that she gave, come here, Malachi. We're going to stop all that line in these churches. Come here, Malachi. Then you better go to Bible college. Then you go to seminary. You ain't learn a damn thing. Malachi 4, I'm going to bag it up all the way to 1. For behold, Malachi 4:1, for behold the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, all the proud, yea, and all the wickedly shall be stubbled, and the day that comes shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness, S-U-N, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go forth and grow up as calves in a stall. The Son of who? The Son of who? The S-U-N, of righteousness. Okay, well, break that down. Because this brother going to come over here talking about the Son, God, and all this and that. Break it down. Break it down. The widow mite lepton, the one side shows the sun with 8 rays representing the Son of Righteousness, Malachi 4:2. The other side has the ships anchored and symbolizing the steadfast of God's promise. If you're going to teach it right. I'll wait. Ah, what the hell y'all doing in these churches? Or the damn line faking and begging. I'll wait. I'll wait. And no lady gave her 2 mics, and y'all got to give this and that. What she gave wasn't worth nothing. Wasn't worth nothing. But you begged me to give. You want my $100, you want my $200, you want my $300. For what? For what? Because she did something? Why did she do it? Break down the son of righteousness. Break down the coin. Break down the shackle. Break down the dineros. Break this stuff down. Because every coin had a different meaning. But y'all just like begging. Y'all just want some damn money. Was the coin of least value among coins? Even the metal is inferior and deteriorated easily. This coin should rarely be the penny of the Bible. The penny of the Bible. Not the denarius. Not the denarius. Mike, boy, I got the denarius. I got real money. Wasn't worth nothing. But what the hell, Pastor? And the woman with the might and all she had and all she gave, and what she gave really wasn't nothing. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all just running around your beg and taking these people money. I'll wait. I'll read some more to you. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Break it down. That's why I never asked you for nothing. How could I beg for your money and not teach you about money? The average person nowadays is going to teach you how to make money, but you don't know nothing about money. I'm on the block, right? I'm on the block. I'm on the block. I'm on the block. I'm on the block, right? I'm on the block. I'm making money. Mike, give me a 20. Mike, give me a 10. Mike, give me a 20. Mike, give me a 10, right? Mike, give me a 20. All right, cool, cool. Put my money in my pocket, right? I'm making money, right? I get home, I go to count the money. I unfold the money. This joker done cut piece of the dollar bill off and take piece of a 20 on it. So I think I ain't got but $1. I got a dollar bill with a piece of a 20 on it. I'm thinking I got a 20. I'm making money. Now I got a $19 loss because I done gave you something for $20, but you done gave me $1. So what the hell you really teaching me? What the hell you teaching me? Not a damn thing. What the hell I'm paying you for? I'm gonna pay you for to teach me how to make money? I gotta be the most stupidest person in the world. Say, bro. Here, get on your feet. Get on your feet. You dig? Now if I give you something and you come back, cool. Let's roll. Let's roll. I give you something, you come back, let's roll. But if I give you something and you don't come back, still cool. Why? This is what I have to pay for to keep me going. This is what I'm gonna pay for all my losses. So I know I'm gonna take losses, but this is what I'm gaining. The average person that show y'all all this money don't have a damn thing because y'all don't understand the 10% to the 1% rule. The average person, come on here, show. That's why the record company play them like that. That's why the record company play them like that, because they don't know the street game. How you gonna give me 2 pennies and you making $20? That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. So now here come the game. The average person gonna pay the home warranty people $50. $50. You done did that the whole year. Nothing broke in the whole year. Look how much money you done gave in a year. When you could have put that on the side for yourself. But yet you put money on the side just in case of loss. Same thing as the dope man. So now I'm in the Bible, right? I'm understanding the narrows. I'm understanding shackles. I'm understanding all this stuff, right? I'm seeing what Jesus tell them, no, don't take nothing with you. When you go out there, the people gonna make sure you're good. But then when I get in the book of Acts, now I see the apostles and the people bringing stuff and learning at their feet. Hold up, Jesus, how the game done change that fast? You got to understand money. You got to understand how money works, Mike. So now this during the time where Rome pulling into control. Why? Well, where the shekels at? Because that's what Judas had, 30 pieces of shekels. Or did he have dineros? Or did he have dineros? Jesus, when you paid that one that morning, you paid that one that evening, you paid that one at the end of the day, right? You told your servant, go and pay the last one first and the first one last. Was that dineros? Was that shekels? What was it, Jesus? Because these jokers be in these churches begging for my damn money. And I don't know what they're asking for. Because if they talk about the woman with the mic, well, hell, you better take this. What's that? Nothing. Well, what you think she gave? Nothing. Explain it to me then. Y'all run y'all mouth. Explain it. Gonna read it to you again? Gonna break it down for you again? Ran cold game on y'all. And y'all so damn smart. How, bro? How? This was the coldest game they got y'all on. This is the coldest game. In Judea in the New Testament, Roman money was legal tender and so was used for ordinary purpose. But the priest taught the people that only Jewish currency was fit for worship. What gang y'all running around? Say, Mike, but you know the Passover coming, right? And you know they're going to be coming from Corinthians, they're going to be coming from Ephesus, they're going to be coming from Colossians, right? So we got them believing that they got to give us their money, and we give them this Roman money, because this is the only money you could use for worship. So you take their money at a higher value, and then give them some money, and then you're going to turn around and sell them a dove. Mike, they can't buy a dove with the goddess Ancient. They can't buy a dove with the goddess Diana. They got these different gods on their money. They can't buy these doves in Jerusalem. So we're going to give them our money for their money. Oh, we're going to beat them, Mike. And then we're going to turn around and sell them a dove with our money. Damn, priest. Well, y'all cold in the church. Y'all running cold game. Ha! Making a fool out y'all. The Jewish currency was fit for worship. So these men made a very profitable business for themselves. Having secured Jewish money from the priests, having secured the Jewish money for themselves, the priests, they sat in the court of the Gentiles and exchanged it at a liberal profit for themselves for Roman money. Then would make another exchange with the priests, no doubt making a profit in both ends. Our Lord drove them out, saying that they have made the Lord's house a den of robbers and thieves. Boy, y'all some dirty low-down jokers. Y'all some dirty low-down jokers. Y'all done ran game on these people because they money that coming out of Ephesus had the symbol of the goddess Diana. They money that's coming out of Corinth had Ancient. They money that's coming out of Tyre. Hold up, man. Y'all can't come here with that kind of money buying this holy here. This holy here. So to come in here and to purchase these doves, you got to use this Roman dineros, not that gold y'all serve. What he drove the red game? He drove the red cold game. So now you got what they doing, exchanging the money. You got what Peter doing, which is the Greek, which is the satyr, which was enough for two people. You got what the woman did, who had the mic, who wasn't worth nothing. You got what Judas did. He had shekels because he didn't have dineros. So now, come Sunday, when Pastor begging for money, what he asking for? What is he asking for? You don't know. He just telling what the woman did. He just telling what Peter did. He just telling what Judas did. What type of money is he asking for? The love of money is the root of all evil. Study it before you try to get it. A Jewish shekel, perhaps struck by Simon the Maccabees about 140, 50 DC, pot of manna on the observe of the flour, rod of reverse, size perhaps of the American coin, the nickel. The nickel. So you got the nickel, you got the quarter, you have the dime, you have the half a dollar, you have the pennies. and all in breaking down of the different type of money in the Bible. But yet we run in the church and we beg for the money. What are we begging for? What are we really asking for? If I use what he did, I'm using shekels. What is that? Really wasn't worth nothing. The only thing was worth a lot of stuff was the Roman money. What was the denaros? So if I don't read the Bible, if I'm not reading the Bible, and I don't know, okay, if he gave shekels, if he gave denaros, if he gave mites, I don't know what they gave. I don't know what that is. Because nobody breaking down to me what this is. So how could I be in decency in order with God when I don't even know what the hell I'm doing? But I'm going by what Pastor said. How? Well, he don't even know what he's saying. So now, how could I be a blessing to God when I'm not even in line with what I'm supposed to be doing for God? This is why. If I go in the book of Judges, right? If I go in the book of Judges, 2nd Judges, I'll start at 10, right? 2nd Judges 2 and 10. And also all the generations was gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet works which the Lord had done for Israel. They done made it into the land. They done made it into the land of Judah, right? I mean, made it to the land of Canaan, right? But you got a whole generation that then came up, don't know about the God that brought them out of Egypt. So now, they running around cutting the food because they don't know nothing about no God. By the time I get to Hosea, they're really out of control. But Isaiah prophesied what's going to happen during the time of Hosea. So when we get to Hosea, God tells Hosea, go and get a wife. But Pastor going to say, God tells this man to go marry a prostitute. He never told him to go marry a prostitute. She became unfaithful. Israel, when they went in the land, they wasn't prostitutes. They wasn't into prostitution. But they got caught up in it when they got in the land. No, now, God is showing Hosea Israel. So Israel in Gomer has to repent, right? But yet now, she done got so caught up to where she's like the queen of heaven. If I go to Jeremiah, I break down the queen of heaven. But this is where it all starts at, right? And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. And they forsook the Lord God, their father, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods, and gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. The same thing about to happen again, dealing with Hosea. But these jokers was already cutting the food. Ain't nothing about God. Just like we don't know nothing about money. Joker come today, Pastor Mike. I'm going to promote you. Give me this thing. Now I got a promotion. Millions of dollars. So now you hate, you jealous, you mad, you want to be like Mike. Mike say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, they take it back. What the hell Mike got?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Look they did this to Puffy. Took all that stuff back. Shit, bro. Don't let the world build you up to tear you down. The woman that gave the might, due to the 4th chapter of Malachi, it was because of the promise of God. Because if I go back to Malachi, come here, Malachi. If I go back to the 4th chapter of Malachi 1 tells us these are the people that didn't believe and trust God. They're gonna burn up. They're gonna be like in the oven. Just talking about the end of the time, dealing with what's gonna happen in the furnace. I mean, with the fire, right? In the lake of fire, right? Okay. He says, "But unto you that fear my name, shall the Son of Righteousness arise." Right now, When the woman with the might, when the woman with the might, when the woman with the might, the widow with the might, the one side of shows the sun with the 8 rays representing the sun of righteousness, Malachi 4:2. The other side has a ship anchor symbolizing the steadfastness of God. Promises because of the inferior metal, clear or difficult to obtain. So now explain it to me. And don't lie to me about the woman with the might. How could you pick up a book and not have a full understanding of a book, but yet try to preach or teach that book? Messing up a bunch of people, bro. Messing up a bunch of people. When Paul writes to the Corinthians, Paul said, as a man prosper in his heart, so let him give, right? But look how Paul break that thing down, right? Paul break that thing down, man. Look how Paul break that thing down. Paul is so crucial with that thing. Come here, Corinth. Come here, 2 Corinth. I need you for 1 second. In 2 Corinthians, Paul said, every man according to as he prosper, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God love a cheerful giver, right? He's not mentioning shekels, he's not mentioning denarii, he's not mentioning none of that, right? But if you bag it all the way back up to the 8th chapter, you go in the 8th chapter, Paul letting them know, praying with us much entreaty that we would receive the gift and take upon us the fellowship of the ministering to the saints. And this did, not as we hope, but first, right? Because when Paul said, I tried to do this a year ago, right? But I didn't come to y'all. And herein I give my advice for this expedient for you, right? Who have begun before, not only to do, but also to be forward a year ago, right? Because the people ain't really know nothing about giving. So you got a bunch of Corinthians who don't know nothing about giving because they were Gentiles. They caught up in this foolishness, right? So Paul is writing to them, teaching them, okay, y'all, I know we discussed this a year ago. Now I'm going to make this thing really profitable for you. So now in the 8th chapter, he's really teaching them how it could be profitable to them, not him. So he sent Titus to pick it up, right? So as he breaking it down, when he get in the 9th chapter, he letting them know, say, bro, not of necessity or grudgingly. Don't do this out of obligation. Go back to the woman with the might, not the denarii, not the shackles, right? So now we got to stay focused on the writings and how what is being said. Because after that, he said God is able to make everything obtain physically and spiritually. So you good. But you have to follow the order of God. But in the church, we run game. But the Bible say, and who should rob a man? How you gonna rob? Should a man rob God? You rob me in tithes and offerings, pressed down, shaking together, running over. Will a man give in your bosom? But the Bible says, as it prosper in your heart, they done ran all this stuff together that don't even go together, and run cold game on y'all and take y'all money. So how the people gonna be taught? If I go deal with during the time when Jesus dealing with the people and he fed the 5,000, he said how much y'all had. They didn't have enough money. So this is why he take them little brother lunch. Okay, well, what was that? Was that denarii? Was that shekels? What kind of money did they have? Because they didn't have enough to feed the 5,000 people. So now I'm trying to get to where I want to feed 5,000 people. Help me understand that. See, we teaching you about 2 fishes and 5 loaves of bread, but we don't teach you about the money part. Cold game, bro. Cold game, bro. Cold game. Cold game. So when I go to Corinthians, I deal with the 8th, 9th chapter of Corinthians. That's gonna take me all the way back to the 11th chapter of Acts. In the 11th chapter of Acts, they in Antioch. In Antioch now, Agabus, the prophet, gonna say, bro, listen, they got an earthquake coming. They got a real bad disaster coming. So the disaster came during the time of Claudius Caesar. So when the disaster came, Now, Paul is writing to the church at Corinthian and letting the Corinthians know, say, but let's help these people. Let's help these people. If you sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. If you sow bountifully, you're going to reap bountifully. But let's help these people. Well, here come these good line church folks. Well, I got to sow. You ain't got to sow a damn thing. Because you're not obligated to do nothing. And you don't do it because you want something. The woman that gave the mic because she understood the promise of God because of the Son of Righteousness. The average person don't even know what the Son of Righteousness is. The average church folk will argue with you about the S-U-N compared to the S-O-N because they don't know the Bible. And that's where our problem is. So now, here it is. You got a bunch of people just running there. I want to entertain them, bro. You don't know enough. I'm in Hosea, but I'm breaking down what's going in Hosea because God is really tripping on Israel because the dividing of the kingdom. Right. You have Israel, you have Judah. But God want to bring the kingdom back to David. So this is why he tell Hosea, don't get rid of her, because sooner or later we're going to bring the kingdom back to David. Because the kingdom got to get back to David, not to King Saul. King Saul came from Benjamin. King David come from Judah. It got to go back to Judah because God told the woman and the serpent in the garden, I'm going to put enemy between thy seed and the woman's seed. So now the promise got to stay in line. That's going to deal with the seed. So now it got to go through David. Because that's what Jacob would tell his children at the end. This was going to be all of y'all. So now the kingdom has to get back to David because the kingdom then fell apart because of Solomon. So now we get to Hosea. He said, okay, they got to repent. They got to get themselves back together. But we won't argue about stupid stuff, bro. And we really don't know the book. So now I'm showing you, right? You go get any, whatever they want to call themselves. Break it down to me. You explain it. Tarry since these corns were accepted at the temple. Many authorities believe that the statter really was the triticum of Antioch or Tyre, since these corns was accepted at the temple. It is believed that the 30 pieces of silver, Matthew 26, which brought the greatest betrayal in history, were these large silver coins, either Tyre or Antioch, from about. In Exodus, we read that 30 shekels was the price of a slave. So you're talking about money in the Bible? Which one? What you want me to give? Shekels? Denarius? Mike, what you want me to give? They don't know. They just begging and just trying to say something in the Bible. So now, look at the breakdown of all this stuff and how I go. If I go with the document, right? After 330 BC, the world conquering Greeks developed the Persians and Babylonian coinage and their own in something of a fixed world system. Who did it? Babylonians. This is why I teach you Babylonian, Media, Persia, Greek, Rome. They were already way back then trying to put together a world system pertaining to what? The coins. So we're living in a day and time now where they got to get rid of the coins. And now we are under a system. So now that you go to the average, you go to some of these stores now, they say, well, we're not taking money, cards only. Cards only. See the game they already running?
Yeah, it's starting already.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So nothing new under the sun. You're running behind the bag, you're running behind this and that. You really don't know what you're running behind. Because it really don't have no value. You can start out in the morning with $100. By the time you get home and eat, you ain't got but $1. $1. What the hell you do with $100? I stopped to get some gas, I stopped to get something to eat, and I stopped at the store. Damn, $100 gone, I got $1. If you did that 3 times a week, that's $300. girl got to throw away $300. Just throw it away. Inflation is steady getting higher and higher and higher. These people studied this stuff, man. These people know this stuff. These people already know, man. So a lot of stuff that's in the Bible is already in place. So now when we're dealing with these coins, was that of Tyre or was that of Antioch? Because we know they wind up in Antioch, and they taught them for a whole year in Antioch. In Antioch, the prophet Agabus is going to stand up and tell us about this great disaster that's coming. Where? In Antioch. So now if Paul picking up money, where did all this different money come from? And what they do with all the different money? Because not everybody money was the same. If I go somewhere out across the United States, if they don't have United States money, you know what messed the money system up? The dope game. Them people over there was getting so much of the American dollar till it flooded out their money. So now the American dollar became their dollar because of the cocaine trade. When they seen how great the cocaine trade was and it flooded out their money, now they started implementing all these other systems in all these other ways to where, okay, this money has more weight. This money have more control. We have more of this money than that money. Same game. And it's all in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. But who really gonna teach us the Bible? If the priest running game on the people, how the people gonna know? The priest running the game.
That's what we're doing.
That's who do it today. But if I teach you to get to know God and get to know God for yourself, and I really teach you how to read that Bible, the average joker come on here running his mouth talking that. No, I'm teaching you how to read. It's this in the book, man. It's in the book. Now I can see if it wasn't in the book, then you got something to say. But this is in the book. So now I'm showing you how Hosea go with Judges, how Judges go with Jeremiah, how Jeremiah go with Matthew. Because at the end of the day, where are they? In the land of Canaan, modern day Israel. So now when we look at the Bible, we study in the Bible, okay, no, look, this go with this go with that. So now you got the people from Gaza, the people from Beirut, the people from Lebanon, the people from all these places tripping. But when you read the Bible, okay, look what happened with the Phoenicians. If I keep reading about the denarius, it's going to put me on game about the Phoenicians and how they had the money and how the money was being traded and how Gaza was using their money, boom, to buy the slaves from the Phoenicians. On the American dollar, just like these dollars, right? Just like these dollars, just like this money. On the American dollar, on the American coin, what it says, in God we trust. The biggest thing you're going to read on an American coin is liberty, liberty, liberty. Why? Why? If you go back and you study in Numbers, right? You study in Deuteronomy, you will see how it was talked about liberty. Liberty was when the 7 years was up with the slaves, right? So that's what the liberty was about. But they took it and put it on that's where the bell come from. If you study the Bible, you'll get a better understanding of the Liberty Bell because it was about freedom. Being that it was built on the backs of the slaves, they go in the Bible and get something pertaining to slavery. Boom. In God we trust. Look what we done did off them. Liberty and justice for all. But it's not about the justice. It's about the slavery. It was about the freedom. It was about the liberty. So now when I study all these different coins, when I look at all these different coins, I'm like, hold up, God. Help me understand what they did in Ephesus. Because they served the goddess Diana. Help me understand what was going on in Corinth. Because they served the god of Athene. Help. So now as I read, I'm like, hold up, what these jokers doing in these churches? They're running cold game in these churches. Because how you going to preach about the woman with the mite, about Peter going to the water, about, hold up, bro. Stuff don't add up. Stuff don't add up. Twice in the New Testament, Matthew 10 and 29, Luke in 12 and 16, are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? In the Roman Empire, this Greek coin was both small in size and in value, and in the English translation, simply translated farthing, and the similar coin with which the people in England would be familiar. Today, we might say 2 sparrows for a penny, or 2 for a nickel. Now break it down then. Break it down. We're in a world of trouble, man. Now, Pastor, listening to me or going to listen to me go explain this. And they'll be telling a lie. But look all these years they done took them people money.
Ain't no lie.
Now what? Because what Peter did is not what the woman did. What the woman did is not what Judas did. The money that was going on during this time that was for the temple is not the same thing that Peter did. For the taxes, it's not the same thing that the woman did with the right. So when they talk about money in the Bible, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? It's a cold game, huh?
Oh, way back.
That's it. I'm leave it alone. I'm leave it alone now. Ain't my fault. Hebrews was not the first people to use minted coin, except for a few periods of minting. They were compelled to use coinage of the pagan conquerors. Thus, in the Bible, we find a wide variety of coins, mainly Greeks, Romans, and Jewish, for all used by the same people. Most historians believe that the earliest money piece were struck about 700 BC in the small kingdom of Lydia in Asia Minor. Members after church asked me Sunday. They said they never heard of Lydia in the Bible, right? So I'm saying that when you use that, you got to be able to explain that, right? Now, if this started with Lydia, who the world is Lydia? We don't know Lydia. So how are we going to have understanding of this, right? But we know that Lydia, according to the same chapter of Acts, is the woman that made these scarlet purple things for the Romans. This is how she made her money, right? When we studied Lydia, we got to go study the book of Revelation. We did the book of Revelation. We're going to deal with the church of Thyatira. The church of Thyatira comes from Lydia in Thyatira, when the women will meet by the river to pray, right? So now, if this started with Lydia of Asia Minor, these early Lydians coins were simply crude pieces of metal cut into a small lump of a standard weight. Okay, well, where's the Lydia money at? Where's the Lydia money? Because this is where, I'm going to use the Bible. Let me use the Bible. The brother preached the message. He just didn't break it all down. I'm going to use the Bible to show you something, right? To show you something. Why they get me? How you going to teach me something? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, man, go ahead. All right, go ahead. Okay, keep running your mouth. According to the 16th chapter of Acts, right? I'll start right here. Acts 16 and 14. And a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple of the city of Thyatira, which worshiped God, heard us, who heard the Lord open that she attend unto the things which were spoken of Paul. And when she was baptized in her household, she besought us, saying, if we have judged me, be faithful to the Lord, come into my house and abide there. And she constrained us, right? This is why the brother was preaching that mama, the first, the last, in the middle, because of what Lydia was doing for Paul. But she had the money. And because she was so sharp with having the money, these coins was pressed in her name. Okay, why you want to never talk about that money? Why we never talk about that money? Because this is the money that got Paul and Silas put in jail. Because when you talk about Lydia, and you keep reading about Lydia, and it came to pass as we went to prayer, a spirit of divination met us, which brought her master much gain, and said so. And the same followed Paul and cried, saying, these men are the servants of the Most High God, will show us unto the way of salvation. This is when Paul gonna turn around and rebuke the spirit out the little girl. So now when Paul turned around and rebuked the spirit out the little girl, they're gonna put Paul and Silas in jail in Philippi. So now, then Paul done messed up their money. Because the little girl used to be like a fortune teller to tell them this, and that. But yet, you know, they made a lot of money off this little girl. So once Paul rebuked the spirit out the little girl, now they can't make the money off the little girl. So now they're gonna throw Paul and Silas in jail, right? So now you're telling me about Lydia, okay? Well, put me on game about the money that was being made in her name because of the stuff that she made pertaining to what she sold to the Romans, and because she was doing it so good and so fast, boom, they put coins in her name. And that was the first. So explain it to me. Explain it to me.